I hate it when I watch a video and I'm like, oh, that thing looks cool. That's a nice monitor. And then I get to the Amazon link and it's like $1,500 and I'm like, well, that's no longer a cool monitor. It's stupid, it's ugly, I don't want it. So I'm gonna be telling you how much things are as I show you them so you don't have to see if they're out of price or not. I also like talking about money, so I'm gonna let you know. So we're gonna start from this side, working that way. And that means we're starting with the PC. All right, this is the HP Omen Gaming Desktop AMD Ryzen 7 5800X 16 gigabyte memory NVIDIA GeForce RTX 3060 Ti 1TB SSD jet black. I love it when they just give them such simple names. It's so cute. If Mr. IRS is listening, this is a business expense. I plan to use this for like streaming Twitch stuff and editing YouTube videos, coding. Definitely gonna get some very productive coding on there. And I also like to unwind, like playing Warzone with my brothers after a long, stressful day at work. I want another one. Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Ah! Come on now, he's hacking! He's hacking! Has to be! I'm not gonna pretend like I know the origin story of where the raw materials were harnessed to make these blinky lights, but I like this machine. It works well for me, and it works for what I need to do. And the grand total for this bad boy was like $1,700 from Best Buy. So that's the link I'm going to plug in the description. Moving on with the natural progression of this video and of life, we're gonna talk about these guys, which are the Sony WH-1000XM4s. Hats off to Sony because they really nailed the branding of naming this, because who doesn't go to a party and talk about the WH-1000XM4s? Not a mouthful at all, perfect amount of letters and numbers. My executive producer is telling me I need to wear the headphones in this video, so they're pretty nice. I went with the cream color is I think what they're called, and they look pretty sick. I'm gonna be talking too loud because I can't hear myself anymore. They have noise canceling and they can pair with like multiple different systems. So I pair mine with my phone and with my Computadora all the time and switch back and forth. Is that switch graceful? That's a review for another video. They're not graceful. So this is how they look, you know, on the human head, my head. And they cost $360. I think they're overpriced because they're not quite what I would expect from $360. They cut in and out unexpectedly all the time. So if I had to do it all over again, I probably would have saved my pennies in the piggy bank and bought the Apple AirPod Pro Maxes, the over-ear Apple ones, because I think they might have been a little bit better pairing with my phone and with my MacBook, which is where I usually listen to music and audios. I get a ton of questions almost every single video. People ask me where I got this It's a joke for the internet. We're gonna talk about this toner thing. It's a mic stand arm boom thing. I use it to hold my gaming headphones, which are Astros. And the stand itself was like 30 bucks and it came with this nice boom arm. If you can see that. This is a Blue Yeti. Amazing microphone, I honestly love it. It gives me great audio. It was $130 and it just top tier audio. I highly recommend it. And it comes with all these cool gain buttons and knobs and makes me sound professional, even though I'm not yet. It's actually pretty easy to like adjust as well. Like it has a lot of ways you can change the angles with turning knobs. So toner plus Blue Yeti microphone. I am a Mac fanboy now, so we're gonna switch over to Mac land. 3, 2, 1, go. So you may have noticed I don't have any desktop speakers on my desktop. That's because I'm rocking with the Sony HT-100 Foxtrot, which came in at $100. I bought this a couple years ago for partying purposes. And it was laying around the house, so I wasn't gonna buy more speakers just to play a little bit of audio. So I used that bad boy with my PC and I put my little toesies on it, and it feels kind of cool to feel the vibrations in your toes. And that's what I'm rocking with for my audio on my PC. That's all I got for that. And speaking of desks, these white desks are not as fancy as the standing desks that you've seen on other videos. Just because these puppies aren't standing desks doesn't mean I don't stand and work. I take advantage of the dictation feature on Mac, so I'd be slapping function twice. And all you gotta do from there, one second. Function, space, merge sort, left parenthesis, array 1, space. So now let's talk about the monitor, which is the AOC CU34G2X 34-inch curved frameless immersive gaming monitor, ultra-wide QHD 3440 by 1440 VA panel, 1 millisecond, 14.4 hertz adaptive sync adjustable height monitor. Before I had this monitor, I was rocking with this flat guy right here, the little HP 24-inch, which was nice to get started. But having multiple things up at once was pretty hard with this guy. But now I have so much real estate. If you don't know me from my other videos, I be writing codes, kind of what I do for money. And it's super simple to be able to have Stack Overflow up and then copy the code from Stack Overflow and move it to my project and take credit for it. So I really appreciate this wide monitor for being able to do the, productivity stuff. Now I don't really edit my own videos anymore, shout out Sergio. But if I do, I have so much real estate, so look at the timeline, I can scroll left and I can scroll right, and that makes editing super easy when I do edit. When I started looking around to find a ultra-wide monitor, I would look at these YouTube videos, I would click the links, and it would be like $7,000 for a monitor as well, and I wasn't doing that. This one is a lot cheaper. It's a budget ultra-wide. It's $427.27. I'm not sure why they need to charge 27 cents, but if that's your game plan of marketing, it's working because I got it. So yeah, I enjoy it and I like the price. Speaking of editing, when I do edit, I use probably the most unique mouse on YouTube, which is the MX Master 3. And this guy came in at about $100, which I think is a phenomenal deal. It has the horizontal scroll, which allows me to scroll across my timeline when I'm editing videos. But my favorite feature of this guy is it has this button right here to switch between different devices. Having this button to switch between devices is super helpful because I'm running 2 systems into one monitor. So to switch between my PC and my Mac, all I have to do is click this guy a couple of times and I'm okie dokie, lemon pokey. $100, I obviously highly recommend this guy. He's very popular. Speaking of being able to switch in between devices very seamlessly, you cannot do that with the Magic Keyboard from Apple with the numpad in black. This guy came in at $130, and it has a super low profile, like it's pretty thin. I enjoy typing on it. Nothing to say about that. A lot of people on the internet say I'm a fake programmer because I don't have a mechanical keyboard, so I'm probably gonna have to step up my game pretty soon here. So if you have any mechanical keyboards that you recommend that does pair with multiple different systems, let me know, because the fact that this can't switch in between 2 systems gracefully is a pain in the bottom. There's people out there, I know you're watching this, that care about like the clickety sound of the keyboard, so. Scared me. We're done with that. We're just gonna give this guy a little minimize because I can't look at my. Don't want to look at that, and don't want to look at that. On we go. All right, now we're on to this iPad, which is a iPad. I think it's the first investment I made in my YouTube channel. When I first started my channel, I used to film only on my iPhone, and I filmed with an app called Filmic Pro. And with Filmic Pro, you can get another app called Filmic Remote, and that allows you to see, if it works properly, yeah, that allows you to see what you're doing. So if you're using the back-facing camera, you can frame yourself nicely. So that's why I bought this iPad primarily, and I just keep it on this little iPhone proper upper and look at Discord sometimes and YouTube, and that is the end of my iPad. I think it was $100 or $200. I got it on discount because I really didn't need the top of the line iPad. I just wanted to do that app. The app was $20, and yeah. All right, we're talking about the mat. It's a rectangle leather mat. I forgot what company I got it from, but it was super cheap and it looks nice and it feels good on the palms. Happy palms make for a happy coder. It was about $35. I'll link it in the description. Before we get to the MacBook Pro, which is my main driver, we'll talk about this guy. I don't know what the brand of this is. I'll link it in the description as well, but it's pretty cool because it can hold a charge, so you can power it, you know, without a cord in it, and it can go from lighter to darker, different shades of light. I enjoy it. It really helps me, you know, set the mood for when I'm here late at night, just being zenful. Get wrecked! Get wrecked! Ah! All right, before we talk about my favorite piece of tech on my desktop, we're gonna switch it back over to the PC so you have something to look and it is visually appealing. By far, my favorite piece of thingamabobbers on my desk is my 2019 i5 2.4 gigahertz, 8 gigs of RAM MacBook Pro. This thing has been a lifesaver. It's helped me create content, 4K video editing, live streaming, everything in between. It's been so great for me. For the first 20-ish years that I was on this world, my parents introduced me to PC land, and PCs were cool and everything. They are ingrained in my culture, but then I finally switched over to Mac, and I've been so much happier in Mac because I loved iPhones, and the ecosystem that Apple has created is just unparalleled. It's so much easier to share my video footage because I used to record on my iPhone. It's so easy to send footage and airdrop over to your MacBook, so that has been super helpful. The only real thing I don't like about this MacBook is the keyboard. It's the 2019 version, so the keys are really shallow and disgusting. But other than that, I've had a really good time with this MacBook Pro, and the battery life has been amazing, and I look really cool in coffee shops. The MacBook Pro was about $1,800. I bought it right after my tax returns, and it was probably the greatest investment into my career as it allowed me to be comfortable with not just PCs, but Macs as well. So I do not regret a single dime that I spent on that bad boy. So thank you for watching my desk tour office setup video. I hope it helped answer some questions and curiosity of what my setup entails. I have been working on this setup for the last 2 years and it's coming along pretty decently. I still need some artwork, so if you have any artwork that you can recommend, send that on over. And my last thing that I have and want to share is my sign that I got. It says fail early, and it reminds me to keep pressing on. Perfection is the enemy of growth, so I try to get things out the door as quickly as possible, and I can grow from those things. So I'm gonna grow from this video, I'm gonna grow from the next video, and I'm gonna see you on the next one, just like always. See ya!